Hi, I'm Keith Trim with KeithTrim.com. I'm here with Shawn Strong with Secret Skin Tattoos, and we're going to talk a bit about tattooing. Shawn, what you got there?
This is one of my machines.
And how's it work?
Pretty much they're electric driven, runs off of reverse magnetism. You have a power supply which connects with a clip cord. You have a kind of like a sewing machine foot switch. The electricity charges these coils, which draws this armature bar like a magnet to the coils. And it has a spring system, which when it draws it down, it charges, draws the armature bar down, then releases, and the spring springs back, which makes about 3,000 vibrations, I guess, a minute, roughly on average.
Tell me about how you tattoo.
It's different from one artist to the next. Basically, you have your machine. All of our equipment, needles and so forth, come prepackaged, sterilized, EO gas sterilized, individually blister packed. You basically load a needle into your machine, connects to the armature bar, runs through a tube like so, which has a grip. I'll bust this one open so you can see. Basically, your needle runs through here, runs through the grip and tube, which clamps down into the machine like so, and your needle runs through there, through the tip, which gives you a...
Where do you load your ink at?
Ink is pretty much gravity feed. You use an ink cap, which is just a individual use plastic cap. We lay down a barrier film, however many caps we need for black, gray wash if we're doing gray wash shading.
How hard is it to control that?
It's not really too terribly. I mean, I say it's not too terribly hard. It's a little bit of weight. I mean, your average machine weighs probably roughly 7 or 8 ounces, something like that, which is roughly about...
You're trying to make a straight line? Is it vibrating in your hand?
I mean, you can feel it. I mean, it vibrates. It has a little vibration to it.
It's just a skill you have to learn?
And it does have a little weight to it as well.
Oh, well...
I mean, it's not terrible, but...
You can learn to live with it.
Yeah, I mean, you figure, holding this for, 5 or 6 hours.
It would hurt after a while.
Yeah.
So how about those inks? Anything special about those inks?
Each artist kind of has his own preferences. And this is pretty much, the larger bottles here are like my primary colors that, your blacks, gray wash, which you use just about in every tattoo. Black is your outlining ink. Gray wash is anything that has to do with shading, and then use a lot of white for highlights and so forth. This is all body jewelry. We try to keep a good variety of body jewelry for clientele that have the piercings done. After the piercings are healed and so forth, they'll want to change out. Say for tongue piercing example, we use a 3/4 inch tongue bar for your tongue piercing when you get it done to allow for the swelling. Once the swelling goes down and the tongue piercing is healed, that long tongue bar is going to be a little uncomfortable, so they're going to want to switch it out to a shorter one. So we try to keep a pretty good selection of jewelry on hand for that purpose.
And just out of curiosity, what kind of jewelry is available? What I see you have these things in your ear.
Gauges, yeah. I keep a pretty good selection of different size gauges, different materials. A lot of it's organic. These are palm wood. Carry a lot of different wood, stones, just about any kind of stone you can think of. You have gauges made for those.
What's the gauge? Was that new? Was that something that's come around in the last few years?
No, gauging's been around it's been around for centuries. I mean, they found a mummy that was frozen that had his ears gauged and had tattoos and so forth. That was like 2,000 years old. So.
What's this stuff on the wall?
These are all basically flash images, different artists and so forth. As you can see, these are copyrighted images which we can buy through vendors that artists supply these vendors with their rights to the images, and then we can buy them through the vendors, so forth. So they're pretty much a lot for the most purpose can be just used for ideas. If somebody comes in and they may say, well, I like this particular piece, but I'd like to do this differently or that differently, and it's just kind of something to kind of base their decision on. So,
but you guys are capable of creating your own work,
absolutely,
based off of that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it's kind of more just kind of something to look at. We get a lot of people just kind of browse around and while they're waiting and so forth, and sometimes they'll be in getting something that their friend or whatever family member drew up, or something that we've designed for them, and they'll be kind of browsing around while we're getting their other one ready, and they'll see something and be like, I saw this out here, but I'd like you to kind of do your own thing, or I'd like to maybe incorporate this one with this one or something like that. So it's a lot of the it's kind of a time spender for them to give them something to look at. And
does your average customer have a pretty good idea what they want when they come in the door?
Majority of the time, yeah. I'd say probably 80 or 90% of the time they're pretty dead set on what they want. When they walk through that door, they've either already got it, like something that we can redo, or some of them are well enough drawn that we can just take it straight from their design.
If somebody came in the door, how long would it be before the time they came in to you in the chair? How long does it take?
There again, depending on the design, if it needs a lot of refining, then it's going to take a little longer. If it's something that's already pretty much ready to go, or if we do have some that just come in and they're like, man, I really like that, I want that right here. Something like that, we can take it straight off the wall, take it into our scanner, size it to whatever size they want, as long as it's feasibly, to get that detail in it at the size.
It could be a one day in and out, right?
Absolutely. There's certain ones we can have them in and out. A smaller tattoo, they may be in and out of here in 20, 30 minutes. Something that's, if they bring a design with them and they want it redrawn, depending on how busy we are and so forth, it's going to, depend a lot on that, on the time frame. But, something like that, we may have to, kind of redraw it and then schedule them an appointment once we get the approval on the design. We'll get their name and phone number and so forth, and have them give them a call and have them come back up and give us the okay. Yeah, I like the drawing, or can we change this or that or the other?
So it's not necessarily a week waiting list. You could probably get it in.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Usually we can get them in, and I'd say within a day or two if it's something that needs to be drawn.
Here's your big plug, Shawn. Where can I find you at?
You can find me in Beatrice, 119 North 6th Street, Highway 77, right downtown, just down from the Kensington. I also have my second location in Lincoln at 3615 North 44th in Cornhusker. Both locations are Sacred Skin, Tattoos, and Piercings. You can reach us at the Beatrice location at phone number 402-228-4066. My Lincoln shop, I'm actually in the process of changing providers, so I don't have the new number there, but if they want to try to reach me, they can call my cell phone at 402-770-9718, and I'll be glad to get them in as soon as possible.
Great. Well, thanks, Shawn.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.